Hello Retro Crew. Today we're going to be talking about the best system we got for Christmas, the N64. I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retro Sons. Are you sure you want to go with that shirt?
Oh, you're right. Give me a second. That's better. Let's get into it.
I can still remember the hype surrounding this during its release and how badly I wanted it. I remember one year at school, someone's dad dressed like Santa and came to our class, and I knew it wasn't really Santa, but just to be on the safe side, I sat on his lap and told him I wanted the N64. I remember that pretty vividly, so.
I never heard that story before, but yeah, I was excited. I don't think we got it the year it came out, though, did we?
We must have gotten it a couple years later, because
we got Ocarina of Time and Mario with it, which are great games. They went from 2D to 3D, and I think they pulled it off flawlessly with both of these games.
Yeah,
I've said it before, Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time.
That's a good one. And
that was one game I was very excited for. And I'm not the biggest Mario fan, but Mario 64 is probably my second favorite Mario game.
Yeah. I had good memories with that one.
Yeah.
I tried that at a friend's house once, and I remember that really fueled my desire for the N64.
Yeah.
It was just different from anything I'd played before.
Yeah.
3D and 64 bits, which I didn't really pay attention to, but
yeah,
it just looked stunning. And
the graphics don't look that good nowadays, but back then they were amazing.
Yeah, the things you could do, like run in any direction, jump, triple jump, and do a flip. And it's just
And I have a video talking about why I love Ocarina of Time so much, but it's still my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, one of my favorites I did a video for that one was the Rogue Squadron. That was a good one. I think we got that the same year you got Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. And then GoldenEye 007 is probably one of the best. It's definitely the best James Bond game.
Yeah.
It's a really good first-person shooter. When it came out, it was. Nowadays, it's hard to play it, but
yeah, it's so good. It's been remade a few times.
Yeah,
like even with Daniel Craig as Bond, but
yeah, the multiplayer in that was just way ahead of its time.
Yeah, it just speaks to how influential this whole system was. That they take games and remake them.
And we do have a video on that game too.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I just brought in a few of the games I like on it, like Shadows of the Empire. I played through that one. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was always a fun one.
Yeah. And then the Spider-Man game I went out one day and bought, and that was pretty exciting. I don't have all the room to display all this.
Yeah, me neither.
And then, although I'm not really the biggest fan of driving games, Rush 2 was always fun. I think
we always put all the cheat codes on, and we would go to the stunt track and just
we didn't like race in it or anything. We just drove around. And that was in a time when we couldn't drive for real, so that was the closest we could get, I guess.
Yeah, and that was always fun, just to drive around the stunt track.
Yeah. And then, obviously this one was fun. You play against people, or it's the campaign mission, Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, the first Smash Bros. Game. That was really fun.
Yeah. It's just a little smattering of the games we have. I got a little protective wall now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's not all the games we have, but these are probably our favorites.
Most played, for sure. In that Rogue Squadron, which I didn't bring in, but I've already done a video of that one, so I thought it would be redundant.
Yeah, well, Ocarina of Time is probably the game I've played more than any other. Like, the most time sunk into it.
Yeah.
It's not that it's all the game I've beaten the most, but it's probably the one I've played the most.
Yeah, we have a bunch of different types of games. We have wrestling games, a boxing game.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of games for every kind of person on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, we have a Mario Party game, Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Turok, Dinosaur
Turok
Hunter.
was always fun.
Yeah. A bit weird nowadays, but it was pretty fun at the time.
We have Majora's Mask, which, if anyone knows me, they know I've only played that once. And I have a video on that one too.
And if anyone knows me, they know I played it but never finished it.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that every time we talk about a video game. But actually, I finished this one. I finished that one. This one you don't really... Wait. I didn't remember where. So I finished this one and this one. That one you don't really finish. And that one I've actually...
The three I've brought in, I've completed those 100%, all three of them.
Yeah. Finished
The Mario
GoldenEye.
64 I never did on N64, but when it came out on the Switch, I did then.
I didn't 100% it, but I finally finished it when it came out on the Switch. Actually, I don't remember if I finished it on Nintendo 64. I mean,
When it came out, the controller was one of the weirdest controllers out there. It still kind of is.
Yeah.
It's really weird. We didn't know how to hold it when it first came out, but
Yeah, but now it just feels more natural because we put so many hours into holding it.
yeah. Like I said, going back to some of the games is hard because a lot of times the trigger button's the right bumper up here, but on the N64 is the C button on the back, so it's your left hand. And this was more for aiming, like the reticle.
Yeah.
So that's why going back to that ping pong game is so hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to pushing this to fire a gun now on video games.
Yeah, and there's more buttons on here than we knew what to do with at the time.
Yeah.
Because we only, like, up to that point, we only had like 4 in the directional pad.
Yeah. Yeah, the Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah. But that came in useful playing things like Zelda. You could put all your items on the different...
Yeah, you could play the ocarina with all the different buttons.
Yeah. So they found a way to make it work. They made them... They weren't just there for show, obviously.
We got this pretty close to when it came out, but the original PlayStation I didn't get until years later.
Yeah, we were always Nintendo
Yeah.
kids anyway, so we had the original, we had the Super Nintendo, which we also put a lot of time into.
I've gotten every single Nintendo system except for the Game Boy Advance. That's the only one I never got.
Oh, I have that one.
Yeah.
I don't have... Well, I do have a few games
But
for it.
around the time that came out, I was more into N64. I think they came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Similar times anyways. And I was more into console games at that point.
Mm-hmm. And there was just, like we already said, there's just so many different types of games for everybody on this one.
Yeah. And the Minish Cap did come out on the Game Boy Advance, but I got it later on the DS. Because they had a board on the bottom where you could play...
Game Boy games?
Yeah, where you could play Game Boy Advance games. And the 3DS got rid of that, but I still have both of those anyway, so... The Minish Cap is one of the better handheld Zelda games, too.
And Nintendo 64 had a pretty long life, didn't it? It was like 96 to... What was the next system that came out? The Wii?
No, the Switch. Or not the Switch, the game... What is it? The Game
Oh, Cube. Yeah.
There's so many like system names running through my head. I could picture in my mind, but I was spitting out everyone but that.
Oh, what's it called? It's that cube-shaped one.
Yeah. Had a little carrying handle on the back.
Yeah. I have... Do I have the purple one? I have black.
You have the black one, I have the purple
yeah,
one.
the purple one.
I think when I got it, they only had the purple though, so that's what I went with.
I don't know how I could have forgotten the... But, yeah. So this was the last one that had cartridges anyway, and then they switched over to...
Like I said, this was the last one we got as a gift for Christmas, and after that I just bought my own systems because I was old enough and I was working, and I just started buying my own systems. Because we had to share this with 3 brothers, so we couldn't play it as much as we wanted.
Right.
But that's why I started buying my own, so I could just play them in my room by myself.
Yeah,
and not have to share it.
Yeah, and there wasn't enough like save files on some of them. There's only like 3 or 2 or 3.
Not for enough time.
Yeah, so you got one, and I think Jay got one because it was like you got that.
Yeah, we got this game, and you guys got
Rogue
Mario
Squadron.
or Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron, I think.
Yeah.
And I just kind of took that one over. I don't know if Al actually ever played that one.
I don't know.
Then we had to share a file, so it was like Al/Bry or something.
Yeah.
So I let him finish the game on that. Then I just went and I tried it out again in Ganondorf.
Yeah. Have you ever finished that game from beginning to end yourself?
No.
You probably did.
I tried once, and I don't think I ever got out of childhood as Link.
I can do that in one playthrough, like one playing.
Well, you said you put a lot of hours into it, so it's like nothing to you.
Yeah. That's one game I do want to sit down and beat completely in one sitting.
That'd take a while, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know.
But if anyone could do it, you could.
I mean, I've heard of people doing it before.
Yeah.
Not like 100%, but just like beat all the dungeons and beat Ganon.
Yeah.
You could probably do it in a 10 or 12 hour play session.
But back when this came out, I was more into completing games. Like I said, I finished that one. I finished Shadows of the Empire. Finished Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Finished the campaign on Smash Brothers.
Well, that's a very short game.
I've done it a lot of times.
Yeah.
Always as Fox though. Like even the special mini games I could do, I had it down pat. I knew when to jump and shoot to break the targets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's probably my favorite Smash game.
Yeah.
I've had a few more, but that one was the original one.
It was simple too.
Yeah.
They didn't now they're taking everyone from other systems and everything and putting them in there, and the dog and the duck from Duck Hunt.
Yeah, what did that have, 12 characters?
Something like that. And we always played as the same ones.
Yeah, I was always Link. No matter what one I play, I always play as Link.
Yeah, I always play as Fox. And it was unfair because I could push down and B or something and he'd have a shield that would deflect attacks back at people. But
yeah, but Link had the hook shot and he had bombs and a boomerang. And
yeah. Bow and arrow maybe.
I don't know if he did in that one. Maybe he did.
I think maybe. But
yeah, I don't. I should remember, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always fun to get this out every once in a while and play some old games on the original hardware.
Right.
Because it still works. The reset button is stuck in, but we can play it. If we have to reset, we just turn it on and off.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like the cartridge. It's better than the discs.
Me too. And it had special memory pack you could put in there or expansion pack.
Yeah.
Some games required an expansion pack, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I think Zelda did, and you could get a rumble pack for there's a slot in the back here, you put a rumble
Yeah,
pack.
it didn't have it built in back then, you had to buy it special.
Yeah. And it did special different things for you, like in Ocarina of Time you could sense.
Yeah, the Stone of Agony.
Yeah.
It showed you where secrets were in the ground.
Mm-hmm. You could just feel the game, and that was a new thing for us too.
Yeah. It really pushed gaming pretty far ahead, I think.
It did, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it set the stage for all the games we have now.
Yeah.
3D Marios took their cues from that original one. The James Bond games, there wasn't any really to speak of before this. I mean, there were some, but nothing you really hear about.
Yeah, there's so many games that push gaming forward in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, they kind of pushed PlayStation or Sony to come out with the PlayStation.
Right.
Because they teamed up with them to make a disc system that went with this, or it was supposed to be a disc system, but they backed out, or Nintendo kicked Sony out, so they made their own system, the PlayStation. So that kind of pushed gaming forward too.
Yeah. So everything, we owe everything future or present day gaming to that.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Well, not everything, but I think it really pushed it pretty far forward.
Yeah.
The only thing with Nintendo is they like to make fun games. They don't like to make the most up-to-date hardware. I wish they'd make a more powerful system so that they could make... Not that their games aren't good, but their games could be so much better, I think. A lot of people find that controversial and don't like when I say that, but I don't know. I think Nintendo could do more nowadays with their systems.
Yeah, for sure. Look at how long it took
Hogwarts
Legacy to come out on it.
Yeah.
It kept getting pushed back. And
yeah, because it's so hard to make games. A PlayStation game that's all three systems wide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say. It's so hard to make it for Nintendo because their systems aren't that powerful.
Yeah, they probably had to sacrifice a lot in graphics and everything on that one.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, there's so many lag issues because their systems just aren't powerful enough to play a game like that. I mean, they're awesome games, they're fun, but they just cause a lot more issues than they need. And I realize they want to keep the prices low so everyone can game and everyone can have fun with it, but at the same time, some gamers want more power. Yeah. Just a small gripe. I know it's never going to happen, and I'll be happy buying Nintendo systems just the way they come out, but...
still have to hear about how you wish they had more powerful hardware.
Yeah, because I complain to you about it all the time.
Yeah, that's how come I knew what you were going to say. That's a weird way to say that. That's how come I knew.
Yeah.
Sounds like what a child would say.
But still, I love Nintendo systems. This one here, it's not my favorite. Probably the GameCube might be my favorite. Because that system was awesome. I like the controller. I like the games that were on it. This probably had better games, but the GameCube was a better system.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's hard to say on the spot. I'd have to think about it more.
I don't know, because I'm thinking of Mario Sunshine, and
Yeah,
that's a good game, but it's hard to get through for some reason. I don't know why, but
yeah, I mean, Wind Waker was pretty good.
Twilight Princess, I got that for the GameCube.
Yeah, I got that for the
The Wii
system. Yeah, the Wii.
Yeah. Soul Calibur 2, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, that one was a good one.
Then you have Crazy Taxi, I think.
Yeah, and the Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah, those are fun games.
Yeah. Yeah, so good stuff.
Yeah, shaped games into what they are today. It shaped us into what we are today. I like to think. Maybe not entirely, but it played a part anyway.
So, that's all I have to say,
Yeah.
pretty much. So let us know what your favorite system is. Let us know what systems you got for Christmas, if any. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the future.
To talk more about the past.
I forgot to do the orb in the video thing.
Just put that in.